So we're here to talk about domestic abuse. So let's talk about that in an open and frank way. Many people don't even realise that they're in abuse or abusive situations or relationships. And that's because there's a process called grooming. In other words, we're so involved in the situation that we can't actually see what's happening to us. Equally, there's manipulation and narcissism in relationships. So it's important you're able to understand what these terms are. And below, we've given you some definitions, just so you're aware. Now, there are many types of abuse, and we'll just cover some of those so we're clearly aware of what those are. Now, emotional abuse is when somebody is degrading you, making you feel bad, constantly complaining about you, making you feel that you're worth nothing. This affects our self-esteem, causing us to feel low in mood and making us feel worthless. So if that's happening to you, please do talk to somebody about that, and again, the numbers are below. There's sexual abuse. This can be direct or indirect contact. And what we mean by that is direct contact is when somebody has touched you in a way which has made you feel uncomfortable, where you have not given consent. Now, indirect sexual abuse can be through photos or language. So again, if consent has not been given, then some form of abuse has taken place. And it's important to talk to somebody about this to understand your rights. And again, the numbers below for this. Physical abuse can take place in two ways, a bit like sexual. You can have direct and indirect. So what I mean by that is physical abuse is somebody restraining you, holding you, or punching you, slapping you, kicking you, biting you, scratching you. Equally, indirect is where somebody locks you in, restricts your movements, follows you, or even known as stalking. Cultural abuse can also take place. This is where somebody may force their religion or deny you your religion or spiritual beliefs. During these processes, there can be things such as forced marriages or female genital mutilation or some kind of mutilation to the body. Equally, if any of that is happening to you, you need to report that immediately and use the numbers provided below. Finally, there's financial abuse, which is common in relationships where somebody is managing all the money and controlling. In other words, you're not allowed to manage your own finances. This can be degrading and again cause issues around self-esteem and emotional abuse. Any of those aren't appropriate in our modern society. If you are in an abusive relationship, it's important to recognise the signs and symptoms. So hopefully the information I've given you gives you an idea. If you are experiencing it, it is a crime. It's really important that you report it. It will affect your mental health and your well-being. On top of that, you need to ensure that you have the right support to ensure that you recover from this. Any form of abuse can cause post-traumatic stress disorder, causing a real prolonged mental health disorder and condition. Please make sure that you feel empowered enough to report this and to protect your mental health. I was wondering if there was anything else I could help you with today. If there is, please go back to the homepage and click on the relevant links.